join a company
that you are the person that you
Chogusel, yeah?
Bring in good energy.
So,
Welcome to Crypto OGs. Welcome everybody. We have a special episode today because we have a very good special guest that for me is one of the people that know the most in the DeFi industry, despite his young age, despite um, being traveling the world for the last 6 months. He's been putting this amazing project together called Prime Numbers. But before I carry on talking about him, I will bring him on board. Is Mr. Arturo Cantera. How are you, Arturo?
Hello, good morning. How
Good
are you?
morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos días.
So I thank you so much for your time today. I know you are super busy right now with the launch of Prime Numbers in a centralized exchange. But before getting into Prime Numbers, I want that people get to know you. You are very young, but already very successful at the crypto space. Thank you so much for being part of the Crypto G's family as well. But tell us about yourself. Who is Arturo Cantera?
So, first of all, hello everyone. Can you hear me properly, right? Okay, great. So, I'm Arturo. I'm a 24 years old entrepreneur. Right now, I'm living in Dubai. I started my company Prime Numbers 2 years ago, and I'm on crypto since 2016. So it's been a long trip already on crypto since I joined it. I'm also was a professional cyclist since 15 years ago, but I quit
Mhm.
this year because I want to focus 100% in my company. So maybe this is a little summary about who I am, right?
So you are crypto year, of course, 2016. So that's 7 years. Now you are 23. So basically, you start when you were 17, 16 in crypto.
Yeah, I was under the age, you
You were
know.
under 18. Okay. And how was your life before moving into crypto, blockchain, DeFi, Web3? You said you were a professional cyclist, but how about your life? You were in high school. How was everything?
Yeah, so when I was 12 years old, I started creating Minecraft servers to make money. So I was developing our custom plugins for Minecraft and all of these things. So I'm doing code science. I was a kid, but yeah, I was on the high school, then on the university, and also with the cyclists, with the cycling.
Okay. So that seems like you went from finishing the high school to being a cyclist to jump into Web3. But okay, now you've been 7 years in here, right? It's been
Mhm.
a long journey. Obviously, it has up and down. So, but tell us, what was the like? How was at the beginning? Who told you about Bitcoin, for example? You were watching a TV program or on Reddit, or was one of your cousins?
No, one friend from Barcelona, Joel is his name, told me about, hey, what do you think about this crypto? And I was like, oh, Bitcoin. Oh, I remember when I used Bitcoin on the dark web some time ago. So it's when I joined crypto full time, right? Before the crazy first pump when Bitcoin hit 20k was amazing.
Amazing. Okay, what are your thoughts about crypto space? Because you are a developer, right? So you have developed many. Well, you've been working with different projects. Now you're building your own layer two, but also you are very massive contributor for a layer one. But what are your thoughts about the crypto space, like the current market, the pros and cons that come with what we have right now? You know, we come from a very strong community from central exchange. Now everybody moving to decentralized exchanges and to DeFi solutions. Tell about what are your thoughts about crypto market right now?
So first of all, I think crypto is quite small. A lot of people know about crypto, right? If you go ask someone, they will say, "Oh, Bitcoin or Doge or something like this is the general public, right?"
Mhm.
Uh, but I think it's too small crypto. If you think about it, Nvidia, the graphic card provider, have more valuation than all the crypto
It's
together,
crazy.
right? So one company is more valuable than all the crypto space. In theory, crypto is going to be like the new money or the new financial system, right?
Yeah.
So this have a lot of potential. And about the current market, we are doing sideways, right? Depends on all the world right now because with 1 trillion market cap, wars or crisis or all of these things can affect the price of the major valuation tokens like Bitcoin or Ethereum. But you have the meme coins like Pep that were crazy in few months ago. But you have a lot of tokens with utility or a lot of
Utility.
with utility like XDC, for example, doing all the trade finance, or here now with my project Prime Numbers, that we are doing a lot of things in the XDC ecosystem. So the current market sideways, but I think the next year we can see another bull market, another crazy bull market. I think few months after the Bitcoin halving. In the past years, the Bitcoin halving always mark the start of the bull market.
Amazing. So, for many people that look, the reason why I invite also Arturo to the show, like we met Arturo back nearly 1 year ago in November. So as you know, I don't invite anybody to the show. I invite people that I know that providing good quality projects or people that I know in the space. So I want to tell the story about how we met Arturo, so people understand why it's so important today to be here in the show. We met with Arturo back in November. I remember we went to see the XTC network, right? Or
Hmm.
Synfin. We were in Dubai. That was the first time. There's something that got my attention. Like this guy's very young, but he knew a lot about the back end of blockchain, right? So we got to know each other a lot. Then we went to Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and then we also went back to we did a collaboration AIBC in Dubai. I remember that was in March. And then we went to Sao Paulo. So yeah, we got to know each other a lot. And he was always was telling me about prime numbers. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the kind of people that I say that I know it all. I like to learn. Even though I've been 7 years in the industry, I still learning every day. But
For sure.
then I saw the potential of prime numbers. Not only the price. Like I remember when you told me about like $0.2, and now it's 1.5 before the launch in this centralized exchange. But something that got my attention is the dedication that Arturo has uh, working, right? So he's the CEO and CTO of the project, but also he's been a big contributor of the XDC network. So let's talk about prime numbers. But before talking about prime numbers, I know you were first prime number, you were massive contributor and still on the XDC network. So tell us how you experience with the XDC network and how prime numbers the idea came true.
Okay, so first, I have the idea about prime numbers, right? And I was looking for a network. So one good friend, told me about the XDC network, and he has good contacts there on the XDC network. So first, the XDC Foundation support me, and prime numbers
Mhm.
started like a crazy idea about having an NFT collection that will use the secondary sales to provide a scholarship, but this initial idea is like is nothing compared to right now. uh, we will explain prime numbers later. So after that, in November, we were invited to Dubai to meet
Mhm.
the XDC team, and we did a good relationship with them. And right now, I'm doing a lot of things for the XDC network as a team core member. For example, I'm doing post on XDC.dev about how to improve the network. We are talking with a lot of exchanges, with a lot of people to keep improving the network, going to events representing the XDC network. So I choose the XDC network also for the potential, right? Um, like 1 month and a half ago, XDC Network was on the top 100 market cap, and right now it's in the top 50, right? It's it's a big change, right?
It's a big
And
change.
and I think XDC Network have the potential to be a top 10 market cap, maybe in 1 or 2 years, because um, the way that the XDC team works is different than other networks. For example, they are not doing grants or something like this. They do investments. They are not giving free money like other blockchains are doing, because the money is not infinite, right? So other blockchains are having right now a lot of problems with the funds. So uh, it's better to use your brain, right? To do the correct things in blockchain, because you can have a crazy pump or a lot of FOMO, but then you are going down like crazy. So here is better to have utility. For example, XDC Network, um, 1 week ago, get the approval from the US government about the RWA assets,
Mhm.
right, for the tokenization. So it's crazy how the XDC network can go in the next years.
How long ago did you start with the XTC network? What was the first time that you start to like contribute with them? What year was that?
So I started building prime numbers 2 years ago, and also more or less at the same time I started to do things on the network.
Wow. Okay, so obviously you just mentioned now that you were looking at new layer one of blockchain to build prime numbers, and then you saw XDC, and they said this is good because of the basically what they're doing with the community, and also they're not, like you just say, they're not spending money in stupid stuff. They're very conscious about how to scale this, and also because they are providing solution for, like for example, in the traditional world, in the ISO 9001, they're working also with institutional parts. um, but then you start to contribute a lot with the back end, yeah, with the programming and everything. Obviously you cannot share all the details, but tell about that experience, like how you help XDC with a couple of challenges they had.
Now, for example, when we are developing, we found that the network is not giving the reverts. I'm not going to be too much technical, but when you have a smart contract code, and for example, you are going to stake or something like this, in the code base, you put messages, for example, you don't have enough balance, right?
Hmm.
So the network is not giving the revert properly. It's giving just an generic error. Right now, it's giving perfect these things. So this is one thing, but when we are developing, we found more things and more things. So we keep contributing to them and tell them, so this needs to be fixed. That's the fix. For example, also with the ERPCs of the network, explorers. So we are developing, and then since you are developing on the network, you found the errors and all of these things, and you try to help them to solve the errors also.
Amazing. Okay, now let's talk about prime numbers, because that's your baby. That's something that's working really well for you. By the way, I let me see if I can share the screen, because this is something that happened yesterday. This is something that's amazing, and you probably tell us more. But before I start to talk about the project itself, um, I spot this thing yesterday on the Telegram group. Is one of, because I want that people understand that you are very smart, but also people like what you're doing because you've been building for a long time. Let me just share my screen. 1 second.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
entire screen, screen one. Okay, so look, because I want to just speak about this because it's quite unusual. I never seen this in a project. You probably don't see it very well, but I say I remember you first Discord members space. You were so nervous and keep apologizing about speaking English. How you and per numbers have grown since then. Go smash it into the parser. Okay, tell us about the before jumping to the technical part of prime numbers and how it started. How was the community since the beginning? Like, were you nervous when you start to build the community? And also, you have many good prime numbers into say like what is his name? Tasmanian here on Telegram.
Yeah, it's normal this type of messages right now on prime numbers, because when you do a lot with a small budget, all the people will love you also, but you need to be 100% dedicated. So when I started prime numbers, I was doing like community calls on Discord, and I didn't speak English very well at the start, right at the beginning. So I say a lot of times, sorry for my English. I keep learning, but I'm always a close member to my community, and we did like a lot of advice and education on the blockchain and on of the crypto. For example, when you join Prime Numbers community, if you have questions about how everything works, so uh, why I need to connect the wallet, what is these messages, how to read, for example, a blockchain explorer, all of these things, we teach them, and we always explain everything how it works. So also the to being close with the community is what more the community like, and you can see a lot of these messages in Telegram, because the Prime Numbers community is like a family, right? There is a lot of people that are here from the day zero, literally day zero of the project, and they keep loving how we work. We can go better or worse, depends on the time, but we always keep working, and right now the things are going really well. We have almost everything ready to be published. We have the marketplace that is working since December, but we released the first final version 1 month ago, and now we are going to deploy the next protocol.
So Arturo, something that obviously amazed me is that your community is very strong. Also that look, your English wasn't great when you start the project, but blockchain and crypto doesn't have a language at the end of the day. Like it's the language of finance, the language of DeFi, decentralization. Blockchain is a philosophy behind. So that's probably, well, your English is very good anyway, by the record. But what I'm trying to say is this is the good thing about developing a good application and a good community. Even though, like most of us, we speak English, the language of coding, the language of community building, and language of decentralization is going to be always the same. And talking about decentralization, how do you think prime numbers is contributing and creating an actually decentralized world?
So maybe one of the words that can define prime numbers is decentralization, because um, I mean, I don't trust anyone, right? Only few people. So I prefer to trust code, not people, right?
I like that.
Because
I like
yeah,
that.
because people can corrupt quite easy, right?
Mhm.
But the code is the same always, right? So in prime numbers we have almost everything is decentralized except the master nodes of XDC, because need to be
Mhm.
KYC, right? So um, the marketplace is totally decentralized. We have, of course, a block on Primeport on the marketplace. If you are going to do an scam collection or something like this, we will block you, of course, because we
Mm,
are not allow you to scam people on our marketplace, right?
nice.
And for sure, but prime numbers is equal to decentralization. Almost everything is open on the blockchain, and you can use it.
Amazing. And I will share my screen a bit just to show something about prime numbers and XTC because sometimes it's easier to see it. But this is a question that I have for you, Arturo, because I started in DeFi last year, right? I was
Mhm.
advising a company. I started back in April. I didn't understand much of the concept of DeFi. I was new, and I read a lot of books and stuff. But what I got my attention about DeFi, it was how could solve issues in third world country, right? For example, money lenders. You know, shark money lenders. Like in Colombia, we have that issue that people get even sometimes in violence. Like I remember when I was little, if for example my family, my auntie, my or my parents run out of money, they used to get money from a shark lender. And a shark lender basically in Latino and third world countries, somebody that lend you money but you have to pay like 30% interest a month, which is crazy. And if you don't pay, these guys come and beat you up. Basically that's what is a shark lender. And that when I start to read about DeFi, there was a sentence in one of the books that said this can help in third world countries to solve this kind of issue, right? Obviously, I've been reading about D5 and I know about the concept and how it can solve so many issues in finance. And I'm still learning about the technical part. The question here is how do you think prime number helps to in the emerging markets, especially, for example, the Latin American region, in Africa, in Turkey? How prime number will help the emerging markets?
Yeah, so about what you say about the lending and borrowings, right now, you need crypto, right? But there is a lot of projects or regulations that are going to allow you to put, for example, real estate or things like this as a collateral on lending and borrowings. But yeah, right now is quite difficult in in these countries. But for example, what Prime Numbers is doing. Um, Prenumbers is global, right? So you just need a laptop or a mobile phone and a Wi-Fi connection, right? An internet connection. So, for example, the Prenumbers developers are from Mexico, right?
Wow.
Um, Mexican developers are one of the best in the world, in my
Viva,
opinion.
Viva México.
Viva Mexico. It took me months to find good developers, right? So right now, and Rainer is my head of development, and his team uh, is working amazing. So also speaking Spanish is
That's
one of
good.
the best things, right? Because you can express yourself better to your developers about what you want to build, right? So also about the countries that speak Spanish, I think we need to support us more because if all the speakers, all the people that speak Spanish can be together, we can do a lot of things, right? We are a really potential market if we have everything together, right?
A big advocate of obviously of the Spanish speaking market because it's many countries, right? And combined is like with Brazil is like nearly 1 billion of people, but also, for example, Argentina, Venezuela, all these countries because of the inflation, they need a solution like prime numbers or like any solution regarding crypto. And I think so. The companies within crypto and Web3, they're realizing that this is one of the main markers they have to like help, correct? Um, but this is something that I want to share before because this is something that got my attention. I always try to understand the market, right? The market in crypto is crazy right now. Is nobody understands it. Even the professional traders, they have to be in front of the computer. But let me just share my screen really quick. And remember, everything that we're saying here today, guys, is not financial advice. You must to do your own research. I have to say it all the time. But I remember when I met you. Okay, let's talk about prime numbers and XDC network. And the reason why I never show screens of the tokens, but this in this case, it will make sense to you guys and to Arturo why we're going to start to speak about this. Because look, when I met Arturo, that was phew, is ages ago. I remember it was like the price was
Oh,
zero.
you need to go 1 year ago,
Yeah, so it was here. It
a
was zero
bit more,
point.
November, yeah, a
Yeah,
bit.
it was like really low, right? And then the price stays even though the market collapsed in October, everything collapsed. You guys keep doing good job, and obviously now we are here. The market is going really well. Uh, I will ask a question in a minute, Arturo, regarding prime numbers, but then I want to show also the XCC network. The XCC network also has a great track of the last year as well, right? Because also survives the bear market. And this is the question, Arturo. Look, there's so many projects out there, right? So many projects claiming they're going to do 100x, 200x. They're going to be the best, whatever. But something that I like about you and about the XDC network is that you know that you have the clear vision and intention, and you know, despite the market, your product and service is going to succeed. You always have that in your face. You always have that. How do you say that in English? Seguridad. You're always secure about when you're talking. You say, Andres, doesn't matter. It's going to go 10x in 2 years. You'll see. And I always ask you, like, why? And obviously, there is so many reasons before the uh, tokenomics, or many reasons behind the technical analysis. But something, in my opinion, that I have learned from you guys is that you are building something sustainable, but at the same time, your community is very attached to the project, because you are building something for long term. It's not a meme coin, right? It's not something that, even though, look, even Prime Number hasn't been listed in a centralized exchange, even with DeFi, decentralized exchange is succeeding. So how this possible, Arturo? I always have this question, as you say, there's so many things involved, but maybe just one simple question for the community and for the people that are watching this, that why it's important not just to buy the token, if not to join the community of prime numbers.
Yeah. About XDC, I don't like too much the tokenomics of XDC, but the
And
project
you're honest, you see.
the project have a lot of utility, right? And the market where XDC is trillions of of of, of things, right? Trillions worth. So they don't care too much about the tokenomics.
Okay.
So about prime numbers, we take too much care about the tokenomics and how everything is working, right? So here you need to think about what is making valuable this coin or this token. Why have a value, right? Besides the offer and demand, right? Before the sales and purchase of the token. So why it's valuable this token? On XDC is because you have all the trade finance and all the projects that are building, but the fees are almost zero, right, on
Mm-hmm.
XDC. So why is sustainable beside the inflation of the token, right? In prime numbers, we have this really clear. We have different mechanics to make the inflation really low with the staking system, with NFTs, and all of these things that we have. But we have two protocols, right? The lending and borrowing and the marketplace. These protocols keep generating revenue. So there is like a buyback where we purchase the token and then we distribute it to the stakers, right? So this is a circularity a financial system, right, where you have a lot of value. So that's why prime numbers have the staking system with NFTs, the two different types, the XDC staking and the prime numbers and the staking system, and then the marketplace, the NFT marketplace, and the lending and borrowing protocol. These two protocols are needed to support the staking system.
Wow. Okay, this is one thing that got my attention. Let's talk about the NFT, the liquid NFT staking system. That's very interesting. That's how you got my attention in November in Dubai. So tell us more detail about this.
So when you meet me, we have working the PRNT staking system. We have NFTs that are like vaults, like piggy banks, because you can destroy them, where you stake PRNT. These NFTs get 40% of the prime numbers profits of the prime numbers finance profit that right now is prime finance because we do it a rebranding on the name,
Mhm.
and also gets 20k PRNT per month distributed. There's a future reward, but only around 5.5 years, more or less, only is going to be this reward. But as I say, we have the profits from the prime finance and also profits from the prime port. So it's not like a usual staking where the only reward is tokens. Okay, tokens, but from where come these tokens? From a pool from the team? No, these tokens come from a circularity finance, right? From a place that are valuable because we are using like USDT or XDC to purchase these tokens and then distribute them. So here you have more value. And we have about the liquid NFT staking system, right? These NFTs are like vaults. So the NFT have an intrinsic value. The minimum value is the tokens inside the NFT, right? So since we are going to have Prime Finance, you are going to be able to use these NFTs as a collateral, for example,
Mhm.
right? But you also can withdraw from the NFT, so that's liquid also. So your your value is not locked, right? You can withdraw when you want. You can destroy the NFT and get out all your tokens or use as a collateral. So that's why about the liquid NFT staking system. About the XDC NFT staking, it's also liquid NFT staking system, but you are staking XDC. So we create masternodes with this when you log the NFT, but also we distribute 10% of the profits from Prime Finance. So maybe the idea is imagine you have a bank, Prime Finance, and is distributing these funds
Both.
with the holders to the NFT holders, right? So that's the perfect system in my opinion.
Arturo, let's do something because we're going to meet up next week in Singapore because this part is even though it's the most amazing, we need to explain very well because this is the part where people will understand why being part of the community of prime numbers it will be ideal because nobody doing this, right? Nobody doing this what you're putting together. So next week we're going to explain from Singapore exactly what is the liquid NFT staking system. So pay attention. We haven't finished today, but just to tell everybody to pay attention in this channel because we're going to explain into detail what it is. Probably will take us 15 minutes to go very into. We probably do some graphics so people understand very well. But talking about prime numbers again, you have amazing partners, right? You have amazing, the ecosystem is growing and the team is growing. So tell us a little about how obviously this start with you in you call it the cave, la cueva in Spanish. You start with you developing, but now the team is expanding. Not only the team that's helping prime numbers as such, if not also the partners. Tell us about, let's start with the team and then let's talk about the partners.
So about the team, uh, one of the team members are you right now. We hired Andres because we love how Andres works. We have different people, community managers, we have marketing, we have developers, a lot of people. If you go to the website, you can check all the team members and the backgrounds and the social media about all of them. And about the partners, I think the most important partner is XDC network. There is
Mhm.
not too much
Yeah,
projects with a partner like XDC, right? Is like having a partner with Polygon or something, right? Imagine
mhm.
being really close to the XDC founders to say that we are friends, right? With the XDC founders. And yeah, we have also partners like Plugin. Plugin is quite amazing project. They are doing a lot of real world utility with blockchain. Uh, so yeah, here you have the team right now. We have developers, but saying they are hired,
Yeah, yeah,
they are
yeah.
they
No.
are not really part of the team. It's people that you hire. We have Impel. Impel maybe is going to change the Swift banking system. We have Fluent. They are going to be and really well stable coin, a really true stable coin. And we have Chupacabra Finance. They started as a meme, but we think it's a really good community that they are going to search the best plans of passive income from a close community like is Chupacabra Finance.
Amazing. I love probably the people that speak Spanish probably will understand very well chupacabra. Um, I don't want to take much time of you, but I have a couple more questions. We wrap it up. But okay, so let's talk about the future plans, right? So it's coming. What are the future plan for prime numbers? Like, is there any upcoming feature or developments that user can look forward to any recent milestone of roadmap? And something that I like from you, Arturo, before you answer that question about roadmaps, you told me, Andres, you cannot put a roadmap like Q1, Q2 because everything changed, right? Everything changed while you're developing. So you were one of the first ones that told me, look, I don't like companies that have a perfect roadmap because that doesn't exist. So you say the roadmap that we're doing is it keep changing because depending on the situation, the market, and the developing. So kudos to you, very good. What is coming? Let's say what is coming in October and November to keep it simple. September, October, and November.
Yeah, so today we have a listing on Mexi on a centralized chain. So this is like the first milestone about what is coming. Mexi to open the barriers to people that don't like to use the centralized wall, so they can use a centralized chain to get the token. So that's the entry for more people, because right now, I mean, probably tomorrow we are open the lending and borrowing protocol to a few members in the community to do testing. We're about to start the audits to release
Ah,
publicly, right? So I suppose it's going to be end of September, but can be the first weeks of October, right? I don't want to say a hard date until we are ready to release like tomorrow, right? Usually, okay, we are ready. We finished the audit. We are going to release, for example, next Monday or next Tuesday, right? When we have it ready, we will do it. I don't like the projects that say 20th of September, oh wow, and then they
20th
release a
September is my birthday, actually.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, let's choose another day. So 24th of September, and then they release nothing, right? What the fuck is this? Or there is plenty of bugs or whatever. So uh, I don't really trust the teams that put hard dates and all of these things, because in software it's quite hard to give a hard date until you have it ready, right? If you have it ready, you can put a hard date for sure. But the ideal roadmaps like Q1, Q3, Q4, we are going to release this Q1, Q3 now, because maybe you are developing and then you find that your protocol can do amazing with this, and you are going to delay the other things because this part is more important for the project right now, right? So you need to have the ability to choose what is more important to keep improving, right? So that's my opinion about the roadmaps. But yesterday I updated the roadmap of prime numbers, but you are not going to see Q1, Q3. We just put what we are doing, right? And we are updating everything when we are close to the releasement date.
Amazing. Arturo, look, I said this the other day in a Twitter space with you. So I say, look, even though you are half of my age and very young, you're a proper crypto G, right? So, and you're still very young. You still have 16, 17. So what advice would you give to those looking to venture into crypto investment or developing or anything within Web3? So what advice would you give to somebody that's young or even not young? Let's say somebody, because this
Somebody, yeah.
somebody that even in their 70s, what advice would you give somebody that want to jump into crypto Web3 right now?
So when I started, it was crazy, right? ESOs, a lot of things where you can lose all your money
Yeah,
because almost everything was scams, right? So the most important thing is to educate how to use wallets, what is a hot wallet, what is a cold wallet, what is a centralized chain, how it works, and why you shouldn't hold on a centralized chain,
yeah,
because it's not your case, it's not your money.
yeah,
And for keeping your funds, use always hardware wallets, for example, like this, a Trezor, and have wallets that you never connect to any protocol or nothing. You just send, right? And that's a cold wallet. Hot wallets for interact with protocols, and cold wallets for keeping your funds. So you are not going to lose never your money. So the first thing is to educate. The second thing is keep learning about crypto, right? And if you have time, the best thing you can do is to search on the GitHubs of the projects that are developing, if the open source is open, and all of these things. Because checking the GitHub, you can find a lot of things that are coming to the protocol, right? Because if they have an open source, for example, you go to the Uniswap open source code, and you find that they are releasing the Uniswap before or something like this, right? Because you see the commit. Oh, I'm going to purchase because it's coming tomorrow, right? So can help you also a lot. And yeah, education is the most important before joining crypto because you can lose all your money. Imagine you have a big wallet, you connect to an airdrop scam, and you lose everything, right? And it's gone because here no one can do anything to recover your funds. Maybe Binance can help you if they save to Binance, right? But it's very improbable, right? So educate yourself
Educate.
before joining crypto.
You know something that you said recently about the centralized exchange, decentralized exchange. Actually, I was looking at a tweet yesterday about CC talking like the future of crypto decentralization, and that's why we want to bring people like you into the space. Even though we are in a centralized world right now, and most of us will learn about crypto in a centralized exchange, I see the future of crypto within DeFi. People are getting more savvy, people start to recognize that even though, yeah, DeFi has advantages and disadvantages where you have to learn now. And I think so what you're doing with prime numbers, um, a solid project, a real project in a real layer one and with a real team is something remarkable. So congratulations. And something that I like about you is like you have a launch today and you're working. I know you're looking at your computer. You probably have a couple of developers telling you something and the marketing and all of that. So I don't want to take more of your time, but something really important before we go: how people can find you on social media. So I put is here prime numbers 5. So they have to be careful because there's so many Telegram groups that are not the real ones or Twitter accounts. But how can people find you, and where is the announcement made mostly in Twitter and Telegram?
Yeah, Twitter and Telegram are the most active. You have here the prime numbers fee, but also you can find me Arturo and slash no slash the under
Underscore.
underscore Cantera. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram or Telegram is the same, and we also have verified social media. So be careful also with the scams because it's quite easy to copy the profiles right now. But yeah, you can find us on this tag and pay attention because everything is coming quite fast with prime numbers and it's easy to lose the important information.
Yeah, you have to go to sleep, and then the next day is everything is like better and improving. What time is the launching today, so people understand? Like
I think it's at 4 p.m.
4
Spain
p.m.
time the
Spanish
chain. Yeah,
Spanish time.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. But people can remember this is not financial advice. Do your own research. But people can right now go and get prime numbers tokens in a decentralized exchange. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if people want to do that, they can go to the YouTube channel, and there's some video how to obtain. And the YouTube channel is in the main Twitter, and all the links in the Twitter.
you can go to the website. In the website, we have links to everything.
Let me
And
just
also in Telegram, we have a filter system. If you type filters, you have all the things that you need to know about prime numbers.
so this is let me just show the people before we go. Screen 2. I always forget which one is the screen. So you go to prime numbers, and then you go
Yeah, you
here.
have also a link tree. You have a link to Telegram.
So these are the real
Yeah,
deals, the real
uh,
links, and then you go to the YouTube prime number. It show you in English and in Spanish how to swap, how to buy, how to sell within that decentralized exchange. But remember, today is going to be listed in a DEX, so it's probably a good idea if people start to understand both of the same. Well, that's the good thing about prime numbers that I
yeah.
learned.
If you go to the website, you can scroll down and you have a lot of information. You can go to where to purchase uh, higher, a bit higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more here. Where scroll down under the tokenomics.
Okay.
Under. here. Where can I find? So you have here everything.
Okay, so this is in the centralized exchange. Okay, and
XSwap is the DEX.
okay, perfect. So guys, remember today, a couple of hours they're going to list, but you can go and get some prime numbers. This is the best way to learn. Some people ask me, Andre, how I learn about DeFi? Look, I read a lot of books about DeFi, and yeah, you can read a lot, but the real is just jump in the computer, just get some tokens. You get, for example, prime number will be amazing. Remember, just do your own research. No financial advice. Just invest what you're willing to lose. But start with small. Like Arturo and me, I start with $300 7 years ago. I don't know how much you start with, but start with something. It has to be $10, but start to learn. That's the best way. So, and the best way is with prime numbers. Right now on Telegram, go and find the team. You find Arturo, you find Bruno, you find Pat, you find me. Guys, thank you so much. And Arturo, I'll let you go. I know your time value today. I'll let you to coordinate everything behind scenes, but thank you so much. Muchas gracias for your time. And I'll see you
Thank you.
next week in Singapore.
Yeah, thank you. See you next week on Singapore. We will be there, all the Prime Numbers family.
Yeah, and guys, thank you so much for the 2,000 people that joined today live in the morning. You are a rock star, learning every day.
Bye.
Ciao, amigos. Bye-bye.